What if the war had ended with Berlin ruling Europe? By 1945, the Second World War had killed tens of millions of people and reshaped the entire world. In our timeline, the Allied powers defeated Nazi Germany and Imperial Japan. But what if the war had gone the other way? What if Hitler's Germany had won? The world we know today would not exist. For Germany to win, several key events would have needed to go differently. The invasion of the Soviet Union might have succeeded if Moscow had fallen. Britain could have been invaded or forced to negotiate peace. The United States might have focused only on Japan and stayed out of Europe. A German atomic bomb or advanced jet aircraft could have tipped the balance. Any one of these changes could have altered history. A Nazi victory would have meant German control over nearly all of Europe. France, Poland, the Netherlands, Belgium, and much of Eastern Europe would have been absorbed into a vast German empire. Britain, if not invaded, might have become a neutral or subordinate state. The map of Europe would have been redrawn according to Nazi racial ideology. The Nazi regime planned to exterminate entire groups of people, including Jews, Roma, disabled people, LGBTQ individuals, political prisoners, and Slavs. With victory, these plans would have been expanded across the entire conquered world. The Holocaust, already one of history's greatest crimes, would likely have been even worse and more complete. If Germany had defeated the Soviet Union, communism might have collapsed decades earlier. Stalin's regime would likely have fallen, and Russia would have been broken up. Without the Soviet Union as a rival, the Cold War would not have happened as we know it. The entire 20th century would have looked completely different. America might have remained focused on the Pacific War against Japan. Without the need to fight Germany, the United States might have developed into a more isolated superpower, dominating the Americas and the Pacific, but leaving Europe under Nazi control. The global balance of power would have been split between a Nazi Europe, an Imperial Japan Asia, and an American Western Hemisphere. Nazi Germany was developing advanced weapons. The V-2 rocket, jet aircraft, and early assault rifles were ahead of their time. German scientists were also working on nuclear weapons. With more time and resources, Germany might have reached atomic power first. Space travel could have begun under a Nazi flag, with rockets based on weapons of war. The Nazi plan for society included rebuilding cities, controlling education, and reshaping culture. They wanted art, music, and literature that celebrated their ideology. Dissent would have been crushed. Books would have been burned. Free press would not have existed. The entire culture of Europe would have been poisoned by propaganda and censorship. Even under Nazi occupation, resistance movements would have fought back. Partisans in forests, underground networks in cities, and exiled governments abroad would have continued the struggle. Some historians believe guerrilla warfare could have lasted for generations. The dream of freedom would not have died easily, even in a conquered world. With the British Empire weakened or defeated, Germany and Italy might have taken control of North Africa and the Middle East. Oil fields in the Middle East would have become crucial to the Nazi war machine and economy. The modern states of Israel, Syria, Iraq, and Egypt might never have emerged as we know them today. In Asia, Imperial Japan would have dominated China, Korea, Southeast Asia, and the Pacific. The alliance between Germany and Japan might have held, dividing the world into spheres of influence. But it also might have collapsed, as the two empires competed for power and territory. A world war between former allies could have followed. A world divided between Nazi Europe, Imperial Japan, and an American bloc would be completely different from the one we know. Democracy might have survived only in the Western Hemisphere. Human rights, as we understand them, might never have become universal. The United Nations would not exist. International law and cooperation would be much weaker. If Nazi Germany had developed nuclear weapons, the threat of atomic war would have hung over the world. A Cold War between Nazi Germany and the United States could have been even more terrifying than the one between America and the Soviet Union. The risk of civilization-ending nuclear war might have been constant. This dark timeline reminds us why the actual outcome of World War II mattered so much. The defeat of Nazi Germany and Imperial Japan was not just a military victory. It was a victory for human dignity, freedom, and the idea that all people deserve basic rights. The world came terrifyingly close to a very different future. History is full of turning points, but few were as important as the Second World War. The victory of the Allies shaped the modern world in ways we often take for granted. Imagining a world where Hitler won is disturbing, but it helps us appreciate how fragile freedom really is and why we must continue to protect it.